I want to speak today about vision, and in particular, I want to focus on the discipline of vision. Now, before we move forward, let me do a brief review, especially for those who may not have been with us before. I encourage you to take notes because I am going to move quickly, and I do not want you to miss any of the key points I will share with you. Please listen carefully, avoid distractions, and remain present in this moment, because what we are discussing has the power to reshape the course of your life. First, let me remind you of the priority of vision. Vision is not something optional or secondary in life. Vision is one of the most powerful forces on earth. In fact, I would go as far as to say that the power of vision is the most powerful force a human being can carry. Why? Because vision gives you the ability to see beyond where you are. Even though you are on earth, you can envision realities that are not yet present on this earth. You can literally imagine and see what others call impossible. And because you can see it, you now have the power to work toward it and eventually make it possible. That is why vision is so critical. Vision is the capacity to see the invisible and to make it visible. Vision is what empowers a person to go beyond limitations, to attempt what others say cannot be done, and to live with a sense of purpose that gives direction to every step. Something we must remember is that vision is always given to individuals, but it is fulfilled by people. God never gives vision to a group. In all of Scripture, there is no example of God giving a vision to a community or a crowd. He always places vision within a single individual, and that person must then inspire and lead others to fulfill it. Vision begins personally, but it expands corporately. Think about Moses. God gave Moses alone the vision to deliver Israel from slavery. Yet to see that vision fulfilled, God gathered a nation of people to walk with Moses into their destiny. Consider the Apostle Paul. God gave Paul the vision to reach the Gentiles, but Paul could not fulfill that assignment by himself. He needed Barnabas, Silas, Timothy, and many others who joined him in carrying the vision. Even Jesus himself, the greatest example of all, was given one vision to establish the kingdom of God on earth. That vision was given to him alone, not to his disciples. But his first act was to choose 12 men, a small group who could help carry and eventually spread that vision to the ends of the earth. Today, we call that result the church. So never underestimate the weight of the vision placed within you. You may carry something so large that it requires many people, or you may carry something private and personal that belongs only to you. In both cases, God intends for you to move in alignment with others, because no vision can be fulfilled in isolation. Vision is also the key to the future. Every genuine hope for the future begins with a vision. Whatever you dislike in your present life, you must create a vision of what you prefer. Otherwise, you will remain trapped in the present reality. Vision allows you to see a preferred future, a possibility that inspires you to move forward and not settle for less. Vision is not simply about dreaming. It is about defining clearly where you are meant to go. Let me define vision more clearly. The word vision comes from the Greek word optica, which means coming into view. It is about sight beyond sight. There is the natural vision, what your physical eyes can see, and there is heart vision, what your inner spirit and mind can perceive. Vision, then, is a clear internal picture of a preferred future that is worth pursuing. It is not simply a good idea, it is an image so powerful and so compelling that it organizes your entire life around it. Most often, true vision is imparted by God. That is important to emphasize because not every idea you have is necessarily God's vision for your life. You can create plans, pursue dreams, or imagine goals that have nothing to do with your destiny. Those will not fulfill you, they will frustrate you. Vision that comes from God, however, is always tied to purpose. Purpose gives birth to vision, and vision reveals destiny. This is why it is dangerous to live only with self-invented dreams. They may be good, but they may never bring you true fulfillment. Vision is foresight based on insight, guided by hindsight. It takes lessons from your past, clarity from your present, and projects them into your future. God often uses your past experiences as preparation for your future vision. Nothing in your life has been wasted. Every season, even the difficult ones, has been shaping you to see and fulfill the vision placed inside you. One important truth to remember is that vision should always be out of reach, but never out of sight. If you can accomplish your vision easily with your own strength, it may not truly be from God. Divine vision always demands God's assistance. It stretches you beyond your capacity, requiring you to grow, to depend, and to walk in faith. Vision allows you to stand on the porch of the present and see into the distance of your future. It provides a picture so vivid that you can write down details and pursue them step by step. Vision is also what protects your heart from despair. It keeps you from depression because it constantly gives you something greater to move toward. When purpose is revealed, vision is born, and when vision is born, hope is sustained. This is why vision is the foundation of a focused life. Without it, people wander, distracted, easily swayed. With vision, life becomes narrow, clear, and intentional. And here is something powerful. Your vision is not ahead of you, it is inside of you. You were born with your purpose already within you. You do not have to chase it externally. You must discover it internally. If God wanted to hide your vision, He would place it in the one place you could never miss, inside your very being. That is why Ephesians 3:20 says that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that is working within us. The seed of your vision is already alive in you. What you carry inside is so vast that your mind cannot fully describe it, your words cannot fully explain it, and your imagination cannot fully capture it. That is why God reveals vision in phases. If He showed you everything at once, it would overwhelm you. Instead, He allows you to see enough to move forward while always preparing you for the greater that is still ahead. This is why vision demands discipline. Once you begin to see what God has shown you, that vision begins to control your life, shaping your decisions, narrowing your focus, and guiding your actions. Vision will not leave you the same. It will reorder your priorities and demand your commitment. The book of Proverbs says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Now the word perish in that verse does not mean to die physically. The Hebrew meaning of the word goes deeper. It means to throw off restraint, to lose self-control, to live without discipline. What Solomon is teaching us is this: where there is no vision, there is no order. Life becomes chaotic, unrestrained, and without direction. Think of this carefully. If there is no vision in your personal life, then you will lack discipline in your daily habits. If there is no vision in a community, that community will drift without boundaries or structure. If there is no vision in a business, that organization will eventually collapse under confusion and lack of focus. And if there is no vision in a nation, the people lose their sense of responsibility and the society becomes lawless. Wherever there is no vision, there is no discipline. But when you receive a vision, that vision begins to control your life. It is almost as if vision places you under arrest. It imprisons you not to limit you, but to focus you. Vision narrows your decisions, it restricts your distractions, and it makes you selective with your time, your energy, and your relationships. This is why some of you have lost friends along the way. The moment you discover your vision, you will realize that you cannot walk with everyone. Not because they are bad people, but because they are not going in the same direction as you. Vision is demanding. It pulls you out of comfort, out of mediocrity, and into intentional living. People with vision cannot afford to live casually. They become focused, intense, and yes, narrow. This narrowness is not weakness, it is strength. Vision gives you what I like to call tunnel vision. Your eyes become fixed, unshakable, like Flintstone. People cannot easily change your mind anymore. You've stopped drifting with trends or being swayed by opinions because your vision has already defined your direction. Here is a truth that may surprise you. Vision makes life simple. Most people think vision complicates life because it adds responsibilities, but in reality, it simplifies life. How? Because once you know your vision, decision-making becomes clear. The most difficult thing in life is not making decisions. It is knowing which decisions to make without vision. Every option looks appealing, every opportunity seems possible, and you end up busy but ineffective. With vision, however, you know immediately whether something aligns with your purpose or not. Vision acts like a filter. Whenever someone invites you into an activity, you don't ask first, is this good? You ask, is this in line with my vision? And if the answer is no, you can let it go, even if it looks good. Because the enemy of the best is not the worst, it is the good that distracts you from what is right. This is why so many people live frustrated. They are caught up doing many good things, but not the right things for their lives. Life is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters. It is about being effective, not busy. When you discover vision, you stop scattering your energy in 10 directions and you start concentrating it in one. Think about a laser beam. Light scattered in all directions does not have much power, but when concentrated, that same light can cut through steel. That is the difference vision makes in your life. It takes all your abilities, your talents, your time, and your energy and focuses them like a laser on the one thing you were born to do. That is why I always remind people, you were not created to do everything. That truth should set you free. You do not have to chase every opportunity, accept every invitation, or master every skill. You are designed to master something specific, something unique. God created you with dominion, the ability to rule, govern, and lead. But dominion is only effective when it is concentrated. To have dominion means to master an area, not to dabble in everything. This is where most people miss it. They try to be a jack of all trades and master of none. But the secret to greatness is not in doing many things. It is in becoming a master of the one thing God designed you for. When you master something, you become valuable. And when you become valuable, people will seek you out. Do not chase success. Chase value. Success is the byproduct of value. People do not pay for average, they pay for excellence. And excellence comes from focus, from discipline, from staying in the lane of your vision until you master it. A bird does not try to swim like a fish. A fish does not try to run like a horse. Each creature thrives in its area of mastery. Yet human beings are the only creation that constantly tries to imitate others. That is why so many live frustrated and unfulfilled. When you step outside of your vision, it drains you. Just like a bird placed underwater will not survive, you will suffocate in an environment you were never created for. But when you align with your vision, you come alive. Vision not only motivates you, it preserves you. It gives you energy, endurance, and resilience because you are finally flowing in the stream of your true purpose. This is the power of vision. It disciplines your choices, it narrows your focus, it simplifies your life, and it increases your value. It is not about doing more, it is about doing what you were born to do. When you understand that vision is about mastery, you begin to see why God designed you with a very specific purpose. You were not sent to earth to be a copy of someone else. You were sent here to be an original, to bring something unique that no one else can offer. That uniqueness is discovered through vision. Vision is the ability to see the invisible, to perceive a future that others cannot see, and to align your life in discipline until that future becomes reality. This is why vision is never small. True vision from God is always bigger than you, always beyond your natural capacity. If your vision is something you can accomplish without help, then it is probably not from God. Because divine vision requires His partnership, His provision, and often the cooperation of others. Vision is both personal and corporate. God gives vision to an individual, but He designs it to be fulfilled with the help of people. Think about Moses. God gave Moses a vision to lead his people out of slavery, but Moses could not accomplish that vision alone. He needed Aaron, he needed Joshua, he needed the elders of Israel, and he needed the people themselves. Think about Paul. God gave him a vision to reach the Gentiles, but Paul could not fulfill that vision without Barnabas, Silas, Timothy, and a group of faithful men and women who traveled and worked with him. Even Jesus himself received a vision to establish God's kingdom on earth. But his first task was to choose a group of disciples who would help carry that vision forward. The vision was given to him, but it had to be shared, transferred, and expanded through others until it became what we now call the church. So here is the principle. Vision is always given to a person, but it is fulfilled by a people. Some visions are personal and private, unique to you and requiring only your effort and focus. But many visions are corporate, given to an individual, but requiring a community. If you carry a corporate vision, understand that God will bring the right people into your life to help you fulfill it. That is why relationships are critical. Not everyone in your life is meant to stay, but the ones God sends to you for your vision are essential. Vision also requires perspective. It is not just about seeing the future, it is about connecting the dots between your past, your present, and your future. God often prepares you for your vision by allowing you to walk through certain experiences in your past. Nothing in your life is wasted. The mistakes, the struggles, the training, the opportunities, they are all part of the preparation for your vision. That is why vision is foresight with insight based on hindsight. It is the ability to look forward with clarity because you have learned from what is behind you. This is also why vision must be written. When God gives you a vision, it should be so clear that you can put it down in detail. Writing your vision makes it tangible. It transforms it from an idea into a roadmap. Vision gives you measurable steps and strategies, and once written, it becomes your reference point. Whenever you feel distracted, you can go back and ask, does this align with my vision? Does this move me closer to my preferred future? Without vision, life feels overwhelming. The weight of too many options, too many voices, too many expectations can crush you. But vision lightens the load because it removes what is unnecessary. It simplifies your path and tells you what really matters. That simplicity is what gives you strength. You no longer have to wake up every day wondering what to do with your life. You already know your direction, and every action, every decision is evaluated against that vision. This is why vision brings hope. Hope is not just a wish. Hope is a picture of a better future that keeps you moving forward. Vision is that picture. Vision is what lifts you out of despair, out of depression, out of the feeling that life has no meaning. When you see your future clearly, you can endure the struggles of today. That is why people without vision give up easily, but people with vision press on because they know the struggle is temporary, but the vision is permanent. And remember this, vision is not something you create, it is something you discover. You do not invent your purpose, you uncover it. It has been inside you from the moment God created you. Your vision is not ahead of you, it is within you. That is why the scripture says that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly, above all you can ask or think, according to the power that is working within you. What God placed inside you is bigger than your imagination, larger than your dreams, and more powerful than your plan. This means you will never fully grasp your vision in one moment. God reveals it in phases, because if He showed you the entirety of what you are destined to do, it would overwhelm you. Vision comes in pieces, in stages, in seasons. Each stage prepares you for the next. Each success builds your faith for greater assignments, and with each step your vision expands. That is why discipline is essential. Vision is not fulfilled overnight. It demands patience, consistency, and self-control. The vision will take time, and without discipline, you will not last long enough to see it come to pass. Discipline is what keeps you on the path when the excitement wears off. Discipline is what keeps you moving when obstacles rise up. Discipline is what allows you to say no to distractions, no to shortcuts, and no to anything that would derail you. Vision and discipline are inseparable. Vision defines your destination, and discipline sustains your journey. Without discipline, your vision remains only a dream. With discipline, your dream becomes a reality. Vision is powerful because it brings order where there would otherwise be chaos. And one of the greatest gifts of vision is that it protects you from wasting your life. You see, the most dangerous thing in life is not failure, it is being successful at the wrong thing. Many people are busy climbing the ladder of success, only to discover at the end that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. Vision ensures your ladder is placed correctly from the beginning. This is why vision not only directs your future, but it disciplines your present. It tells you what to ignore and what to focus on. It tells you what is urgent and what is important. It makes you intentional about your habits, your relationships, your investments, and your time. And here is something many people do not realize. Vision not only makes you effective, it makes you a leader. The moment you discover a clear vision for your life, you are automatically set apart. People without vision are easily swayed, but people with vision inspire others. Leadership is not about titles or positions. It is about knowing where you are going and being committed enough that others are willing to follow. That is why vision always attracts. People are drawn to clarity. When you live with purpose, you become like a compass for those who are lost. They see your discipline, they see your focus, and they begin to respect and follow your direction. A person with vision will always stand out because most people are wandering without one. This is also why vision changes your relationships. Some people will celebrate your vision, others will resist it, and some will even walk away because they cannot handle the demands it places on your life. And that is all right. Vision requires separation. It will narrow your circle, but it will also increase your impact. It is better to walk with a few who share your vision than with many who distract you from it. Let me make this very practical. Vision is what keeps you from wasting time on activities that look good but do not advance your purpose. The truth is, the enemy of your destiny is not bad things. It is good things that are not the right things for you. Without vision, you may spend your energy doing what is good but never doing what is necessary. You will be busy but not effective. But when vision disciplines you, you are able to say no to opportunities that others might call success because you know they are not aligned with your calling. This is why a person with vision seems uncompromising. They are not easily distracted because they have already decided what their life is about. They are not constantly changing direction because they have already chosen their destination. Vision makes you steady, consistent, and predictable in the best way. And this is what Solomon meant when he said, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." Without vision, people cast off restraint. They live without boundaries, without direction, without focus. They become reckless, wasting energy on anything and everything. But with vision, life gains structure. Vision creates self-control. Vision produces discipline. In fact, vision makes life simple. Simplicity does not mean easy. It means clear. It means you wake up in the morning knowing exactly what matters most. You are not torn between endless alternatives because your vision has already chosen for you. Simplicity gives you peace of mind. It removes the stress of indecision. Think about this. The hardest thing in life is not making decisions, but knowing which decisions to make. And the second hardest thing is navigating through too many alternatives. That is why so many people live confused. They are overwhelmed by options. But vision eliminates the unnecessary. It streamlines your life so that your decisions are clear, your path is focused, and your energy is invested in what truly counts. So when people ask you to get involved in something, your first question becomes, does this align with my vision? If the answer is no, then you do not waste time, even if it looks attractive. That is the power of vision. It protects you from distraction, it frees you from confusion, and it makes your life effective. Let me say this clearly, you were not created to do everything. You were created to master something. That means you must stop comparing yourself to others, stop trying to imitate their path, and start focusing on what God specifically designed you to do. Mastery is what produces value, and value is what produces influence. When you master your vision, you become sought after, because the world recognizes the worth of someone who has become excellent in their calling. This is why I always tell people, don't chase success, chase value. Success is temporary, but value is lasting, and value comes only through vision, discipline, and mastery. Vision not only disciplines your life, it also protects your most valuable resource, your energy. You see, life is not measured by the number of years you live, but by the use of your time and the focus of your strength. Time is the currency of life, and energy is the fuel that drives it. When you spend either without direction, you end up exhausted but unfulfilled. But when vision governs you, your time and energy are invested, not wasted. This is why vision is a safeguard. It filters what deserves your attention and what does not. Without vision, you say yes to everything and everyone, and eventually you become drained. But with vision, your no becomes just as powerful as your yes. You realize that not every good opportunity is your opportunity. Not every open door is meant for you to walk through. Vision gives you the wisdom to decline distractions so that you can give your best to what truly matters. Consider this, even the sun, though powerful, cannot burn until it is focused. But when you focus its rays through a magnifying glass, it becomes fire. That is what vision does for your life. It takes all the scattered energy, all the different ideas and pursuits, and concentrates them until your life ignites with purpose and power. And this is why people with vision seem to have more strength than others. It is not that they have more hours in a day. It is that they have eliminated what does not align with their destiny. They refuse to carry unnecessary burdens. They refuse to fight battles that are not theirs. They refuse to spend their energy on relationships, conversations, and commitments that drain them instead of building them. Vision keeps their strength concentrated. Vision also protects you from people. Yes, you heard that correctly. Some of the greatest threats to your destiny are not events but individuals. People who mean well but who pull you away from your assignment. Without vision, you will constantly be swayed by opinions, advice, and expectation. But with vision, you gain the courage to disappoint others in order to stay true to your purpose. Vision gives you the authority to say, this may be important to you, but it is not my calling. This is why vision is not just about the future, it is about your present choices. If your vision is clear, then your today must reflect your tomorrow. You cannot say you have a vision of being healthy and then live undisciplined in your habits. You cannot say you have a vision of financial freedom and then live careless with your money. You cannot say you have a vision of leadership and then refuse to discipline your character. Vision requires that you live today in alignment with the future you claim to see. And here is the beauty. Vision produces perseverance. People without vision quit easily because they have no reason to endure, but people with vision endure hardship because they see beyond the struggle. They see the destination, not just the difficulty. Vision makes pain bearable because it transforms pain into investment. It makes sacrifice meaningful because it connects sacrifice to destiny. This is why athletes endure hours of training, why musicians practice endlessly, why entrepreneurs keep pushing despite failures. They have a vision. Vision makes the price worth paying. Vision makes the fight worth fighting. Vision makes the wait worth waiting. And ultimately, vision gives you peace. When you know what your life is about, you no longer compete with others. You stop living in jealousy or comparison because you realize that your race is unique, your calling is personal, and your path is yours alone. Vision frees you from the prison of competition. It delivers you from the anxiety of trying to keep up with others. It allows you to rest, knowing that as long as you are faithful to your vision, you are on track. So remember this, vision is more than a dream. It is a discipline, it is a filter, it is protection, it is focus, it is fuel. And without it, life becomes a cycle of wasted strength and empty pursuits. But with it, life becomes concentrated, impactful, and fulfilled. Vision is not just focus and discipline, it is direction. It is the compass of your life. Without vision, you wander. With vision, you walk with intention. You may not know every detail of the journey, but vision gives you a sense of north, a divine orientation that prevents you from being lost in the maze of life's options. Think of vision as a map. A map does not remove obstacles, but it tells you where you are going. Without a map, you might move in circles, working hard but making no progress. Many people live this way. They are busy but not productive. They are active but not advancing. But when you have vision, your steps have meaning. You know why you wake up, why you work, why you endure. Vision translates effort into progress. And this is why vision must come from God. Human imagination alone is too limited, too fragile. We can dream ideas, but God gives vision that connects directly to purpose. This is the difference. A dream is what you wish. A vision is what you were created for. A dream excites you for a moment. A vision sustains you for a lifetime. Dreams are often optional. Vision is necessary. Dreams may entertain you. Vision transforms you. This is why, when God gives vision, He also provides direction in phases. He rarely shows you everything at once. If He did, you might faint from the sheer magnitude of it. Instead, He reveals steps, sometimes one at a time. Vision is like a lamp to your feet, not a floodlight that reveals the entire highway. God shows you enough to move, not enough to remove the need for faith. And here is where discipline matters. Vision requires obedience to the next step, even when you cannot see the whole picture. Too many people want the full plan before they begin, but that is not how God works. Vision demands trust. It requires you to act on what you know, while believing for what you do not yet see. That is why the Bible says we walk by faith, not by sight. Vision connects your faith with your purpose, and faith carries you into your destiny. Vision also protects you from detours. Opportunities will come. Some look good, others even look better. But vision tells you which ones are right. Remember this, not every open door is a divine door. Sometimes the wrong door is disguised as the right one. Without vision, you can waste years pursuing something that looks promising but does not lead to purpose. But with vision, you test every option against your assignment. You ask, does this align with what God has placed in me? If the answer is no, then even if it looks appealing, it is not for you. This is why vision is a form of divine leadership. It leads you, it governs you, it speaks louder than the noise of culture and the pressure of society. When you have vision, you no longer need to follow the crowd. You follow your calling. You no longer chase trends. You pursue truth. You no longer live by reactions. You live by intention. And here is something powerful. Vision clarifies values. It tells you what matters most. For example, if your vision is to build strong families, then relationships become more important than possession. If your vision is to lead with integrity, then character becomes more important than convenience. If your vision is to impact nations, then preparation becomes more important than entertainment. Vision reorders your priority. This is why people with vision appear radical. They say no when everyone else says yes. They stay home to study while others go out to party. They invest in growth while others spend on comfort. They pray when others sleep. They rise early when others linger. Vision makes you different because it sets you apart. So never forget, vision is not only a picture of the future, it is the divine compass that guides your present. Without it, you drift. With it, you navigate. Without it, you waste. With it, you invest. Without it, you live by chance. With it, you live by choice. And this is the great truth. When you live with vision, you stop asking, what should I do with my life? Instead, your life itself becomes the answer. Vision not only directs your steps, it shapes who you become. A true vision does not simply change what you do, it transforms your character in the process. This is why vision is inseparable from discipline. The path to fulfilling vision is not a straight line. It requires the inner strength to grow, to resist distractions, and to stay faithful when the journey becomes difficult. When you embrace vision, you begin to understand that your life is no longer random. Every challenge, every delay, and every opportunity is part of your preparation. Vision teaches you patience because the greater the assignment, the longer the preparation. Vision teaches you humility because you realize it is bigger than you and you cannot accomplish it alone. Vision teaches you endurance because the path is not always smooth. And vision teaches you faith because you must depend on God every step of the way. Think of the great leaders we read about in Scripture. Joseph had a vision of leadership and influence, but he had to go through betrayal, slavery, and prison before reaching the palace. Moses had a vision to lead his people out of bondage, but he had to endure the wilderness and the resistance of the very people he was sent to help. Paul had a vision to reach the nations, but he faced persecution, shipwrecks, and rejection. Even Jesus himself, with the greatest vision of all, the establishment of God's kingdom on earth, had to walk the road of suffering and the cross before entering glory. Why? Because vision does not just reveal destiny, it prepares you for it. The trials you face are not there to destroy you, they are there to build the strength required to carry what you were born for. Without the shaping of character, even the greatest vision can become a burden too heavy to carry. And here is something crucial. Vision draws people to you, but it also tests your relationships. Some will not understand why you are so focused. Some will not accept your discipline. Some will even criticize your passion. But vision requires you to keep moving, even if it means walking with fewer people. The truth is, vision attracts the right people and removes the wrong ones. Those who belong to your destiny will stay. Those who do not will fall away. That is part of the process. Vision also develops leadership. Leadership is not a title or a position, it is the natural result of clarity. When you know where you are going, others are drawn to follow. People are tired of uncertainty. They are looking for direction. When you have vision, you automatically rise into leadership because vision creates influence. Leadership then is not about controlling others, it is about guiding them toward a shared purpose. But vision is never fulfilled alone. Even though God gives vision to an individual, its completion requires a people. That is why leaders must learn to transfer vision, to communicate it in such a way that others see it, believe it, and commit to it. Jesus modeled this perfectly. The vision was given to him, but he poured it into his disciples. They in turn carried it into the world, and now millions continue to live by it today. That is the power of shared vision. It multiplies far beyond what one person could ever accomplish. And so vision enlarges your impact. It is never just about you. A true vision is always bigger than your personal success. It is about service. It is about legacy. It is about building something that outlives you. This is why selfish ambition and divine vision are not the same. Ambition seeks personal glory. Vision seeks collective transformation. Ambition ends with you. Vision continues through others. When you understand this, you begin to live differently. You stop asking, what can I gain? And you start asking, whose lives can I change? You stop seeking comfort and start seeking contribution. You stop measuring your life by possessions and start measuring it by influence. Vision makes you a steward of destiny. What God placed inside you is not just for your benefit, it is for others. Your vision is the solution to someone else's problem, the answer to someone else's prayer, the key to someone else's freedom. And until you embrace it, they may remain waiting. This is why discipline is non-negotiable. Vision without discipline is only a dream, but vision with discipline becomes a movement. And when your life aligns with that vision, you not only live with purpose, you live with power. As we close this teaching, I want to remind you that vision is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Without it, life becomes scattered, filled with endless activity, but little fulfillment. With it, life becomes focused, powerful, and meaningful. Vision gives you something greater than survival. It gives you destiny. The truth is this: your life is too valuable to be wasted on random pursuits. You were not born to drift. You were born to direct. You were not born to imitate. You were born to originate. And vision is the tool God has placed inside of you to guide your every step into significance. But here is the challenge. Vision will demand discipline. Discipline is the bridge between seeing and becoming. Many people see what they could be, but only the disciplined actually become it. It is not enough to dream. You must live in such a way that your decisions, your habits, and your commitments align with that dream. Discipline means saying no when it would be easier to say yes. Discipline means waking up when it would be easier to stay in bed. Discipline means staying focused when distractions call for your attention. Discipline means refusing to settle for the good when God has called you to the great. And let me encourage you, every sacrifice you make for vision is never wasted. Every time you choose to stay focused, you are moving closer to the fulfillment of your destiny. Every time you resist distraction, you are proving to heaven and to yourself that you are ready to carry what God has entrusted to you. I want you to understand something deep. Your vision is not ahead of you, it is inside of you. It is already planted in the soil of your spirit. The journey of life is about discovering, cultivating, and expressing what God has already placed within. That means you don't have to chase after purpose, you must uncover it. And once uncovered, it becomes a fire that cannot be put out. But hear me well, vision comes in phases. God will never show you everything at once because it would overwhelm you. Instead, he shows you a glimpse, a piece of the puzzle, just enough for you to take the next step. As you walk in obedience, more becomes clear. Step by step, phase by phase, the vision unfolds until it becomes a reality. That is why faith is essential. You don't need faith for what you already see, you need faith for what is yet unseen. Vision requires you to believe in tomorrow while standing in today. It requires you to act on what you know deep inside, even when the evidence around you says otherwise. And when you keep moving by faith, discipline keeps you consistent until your faith becomes sight. So I leave you with this: guard your vision, protect it with discipline, nurture it with faith, surround it with the right people, and never, ever let it die. Because vision is life. Where there is no vision, people perish. But where there is vision, hope rises, purpose thrives, and destiny is fulfilled. Remember, your vision is not just about you, it is about the people waiting on the other side of your obedience. Someone's healing, someone's breakthrough, someone's answer is tied to your vision. So rise up, embrace it, and walk in it with discipline. And finally, never forget, what God placed inside of you is greater than any obstacle before you. His dream for your life is bigger than your fears, stronger than your failures, and more powerful than your past. Stay disciplined, stay faithful, and watch as your vision becomes reality, step by step, phase by phase, until the world sees what God always saw in you.